here.
Then pull this thing out. Let's see what she can do.
Yeah. Just hit a couple levers over there on the left, and then pull that throttle back there.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say I don't think the Enterprise. I don't think the Enterprise had the actual footrest. There you go. There you go.
No way.
Where's the TV at?
I think
is that the TV?
Right up there, yes.
It ain't too late for you to join now.
This is like a first shot, huh?
Get a ESPN.
There you go.
It's not too late for you to join, Tracy.
I don't think my knees would let me in. I've had 3 knee surgeries. I don't think they'd let me in though.
They take anybody these days.
Well, that's
a fight. It's a fight.
Skills confidence.
So what we have now, one of the things that we didn't talk about yet is the propulsion for the ship. We're an old steam plant. Okay, but the ship's only 10 years old, but we took this technology from the 1800s, which is still really good. It goes back to the first steamboats, the first locomotives. We are a steam plant. We have 2 boilers down below, and it provides what we call 600-pound steam. But the neat part is when you get up to the bridge itself, and I'm going to turn it over to Seaman Jacina here to tell you how we actually control that steam and get the ship going where it needs to go.
It's the most kick-ass tourist right here on the boat.
I want to point out, and tell me again your age.
21.
Okay, so at 21 years old, this is the man who controls where the ship goes. $1 billion of our taxpayer investment, and it's in his hands.
And they don't let you forget how much it costs either, do they?
Yeah, they definitely don't let me forget about that. Over here is where everything happens. Up front, usually we have a couple of officers that are watching radars and telling us what course.
Like 3 months ago.
Now over here,
Up there, the ship's on the team, and the radio was their team below.
The rudders, right? Okay, so they're going to tell me like 15 degrees rudder. I just turn it whatever way they tell me to, and I tell them. And up here, we focus on a course. So as we spin, as we turn, the gyro's going to turn. When we get close to the course, we'll stop and let them know we're going to push. And over here, I got all the alarms for the different. Yeah, the steering gear units. They have. If one of these alarms goes off, I have to notify, obviously, officer of the deck, and then we'll figure out what's going on. Maybe we have to switch to aft steering, which allows people to steer the ship from
way down below.
Yeah, way down. Over
about
here,
6 sticks down from where you guys actually came on board from.
Way down in the belly.
Yeah, you can't even see from out there. That's up here. They'll tell you what course to steer down there. They got it basically similar, something just a little different. They got a wheel and a gyro. That's about it.
Have you ever had the electronics go out where you had to go to old school navigation?
Well,
did they teach you all that stuff?
They give us drills every once in a while. Like I'll be standing here, all of a sudden the gyros start going crazy and start turning around. That's where we have a secondary gyro over here. We have 4 steering gear units. 2 are on at a time, like 2 Alpha, 1 Bravo. Be on at one time. If those go out, we just switch to the backup 2. We have a secondary gyro, and we have a magnetic compass right here also. So we have 3 different ways that we can do it. If all 3 of those go out, then we got Siemens eye, and then you basically don't want to go that far.
We do have the capability to shoot stars and navigate by stars, but I would say it's less than a half a dozen people on the ship of 1,000 that actually.
And they're all probably back in this room right here.
That's something I learned a long time ago, and once GPS came out, probably forgot.
Now over here is for the speed. We just basically call up what speed we want to go, and downstairs in engineering, they'll actually get the things in the right spot to go the fastest.
So can we turn the knobs to show them?
Sure.
Okay, so like the officer of deck would tell us all ahead 1/3, which is like 1/3 of the power. You just turn it, and downstairs they'll answer up and the other arrow will follow. And here you rig up the RPMs. We got a gauge right here that tells us how many RPMs for
one for each knot.
Yeah, it tells us like for 1 knot it's like 0.007. So you just ring up 007 and then you'll be doing 1 knot. Right there.
So you know that what you should take away from here is kind of neat, because we're saying, okay, well, we want to go 5 knots, and 5 might be 45 RPMs of the revolutions of the shaft. Okay, on newer ships. No, you don't need to say newer ships. Even ships that were built in the 70s that have gas turbine in that just basically 5 knots. You put it at 5. You don't know how many you we have gauges to tell us how many RPMs, but in this, these guys really have to think about it. They really have to think about it.
What's the number to make control?
It gets really.
And down in engineering, there's a sailor on a steam valve opening up more steam. So when he says he wants 45 RPMs of the shaft, that equates to an amount of steam going into the steam throttle.
So you're burning fuel to make steam.
Well, we're boiling water to make steam, but to boil the water we use fuel. We have burners underneath the in the boilers. It's very 1800s, but it works and it's very efficient.
It gets pretty hair raising up here sometimes, especially when we got like ships coming in, you know, towards us. Then you got the captain going crazy every once in a while. If the OD slips up, the captain will step in, and it gets pretty.
And you never get yelled at, do you?
If I get off course, I'm pretty.
In the military. We're used
I might
to
get
it.
relieved of my driving privilege. Because say if you're pulling into port, if you get off course, you can run aground, and then the whole upper chain of command is going to like. Somebody gets fired. I'm not trying to go to court-martial or anything for running aground.
Well, and the hard part here, quite honestly, the hard part here is their job is a 24/7. So we factor in sleep, good meals, things like that. Well, you know, I will watch the people that are on this. You know, I get to sit down and goof around the ship. These guys are truly on watch, and you say, okay, you've got somebody maybe who's had a hard day. If they're dragging, you really don't want them on the head. They are. Seriously, he is the person. He's the guy that's
got to let him have some PlayStation time.
Stays off the rocks or not. So.
And you stand up.
So you stand up all day. You don't sit down.
Nope. No, and the only time we sit. Well, we got like one watch is like 5 hours. The other ones are usually like 4 hours. You start on the helm usually. You go to lee helm, that's another watch. So you start here, you drive for an hour, then somebody's going to relieve you, and then you come over here, change speed for an hour. Then you stand aft lookout, which is all the way back aft, one deck below the flight deck. You watch aft lookout, see if any ships are coming towards you, and let the bridge know that, hey, I see a white light on the horizon or something, and then they'll check it out. After that, you come up here, you got messenger. Also on the aft lookout, it's called the afterlife buoy watch. Basically, somebody falls overboard. That's their last thing. If I don't see you, if the aft lookout doesn't see you, you're basically it. No.
You just bit the dust, but not the dust.
A green chem light is for personnel. So anytime we see a green chem light in the water, we call a man overboard. It might not be a man overboard, somebody might have thrown the green chem light in the water, but as a precaution, we still call a man overboard. Then up here, we would turn around, circle it. We have a smaller boat that would drop down, and we go over, see what's going on.
Does that happen very often?
Actually, about every underway, we have at least 1 or 2 man overboard.
Do you call them dumbass?
Well, this young man, we're standing watch. I was relieving this guy aft lookout. We just got done with a man overboard. I get back aft, and all of a sudden he says another man overboard. So we had 2 back-to-back men overboard.